Hi, this is Tim from the Kutztown Brew Crew again. We've had a couple discussions at the meetings recently about kegging and the different style of kegs that you can use. Now, most home brewers use the corny or soda style kegs, which work out really well. They have a large opening, they're easy to get into and clean. They do have a couple of drawbacks. One is there's two different style couplers for them, either a pin lock or a ball lock. So you have to pick one and set your system up for that, and then kind of hunt out those particular kegs that have the coupler that your system needs. The other drawback, which is the biggest one for me, is volume. I typically brew 6.5 to 7 gallon batches. The corny kegs only hold a little over 5 gallons of beer. So that only leaves me with two options. Number one, brew smaller batches, which I don't want to do. Or number two, bottle a gallon or a gallon and a half out of every batch I brew, which I also don't want to do. So the solution to this is to use the American quarter barrel sankey style keg, or decoupler keg. It's a full quarter barrel, so it's 7.5 gallons, which leaves me plenty of room. The biggest drawback for these is a lot of people don't know how to remove the spear to be able to get into them and clean them, and also refill them. So this video is going to go over exactly how to do that. Hope you enjoy it. So in order to reuse these, when you look at the top, you're going to see two notches here. And there's a ring right underneath that, and that's your locking ring that's holding the spear, which is the part that goes all the way down to the bottom to draw the beer out. It's holding that into the keg. First thing you want to do is locate on the ring. You're going to try to find the end of the ring, which in this one is right here. And it's real close to this notch. You want to work from whichever notch the end of that ring is closest to, because it's going to make it a lot easier to pry it out. Now this is one that I've used previously, so I reinstalled this ring so that this notch would be really close to the end of the ring. They're not all like this. If you get one that's halfway down here, it might be a little more difficult to pry out, but just keep working at it. You'll be able to get it out. First thing we want to do is take a real narrow screwdriver blade that just fits in that notch. You just want to pry the top layer of that coil off. So just get under there, pry it out, and then just kind of work it around a little bit. And as you work it around, now you'll just be able to pull it out. Just keep working around until you get to the second layer and pop it out. And here I'll expand that a little bit, kind of see what I was talking about, where there's two layers to this ring. You want to make sure to degas the keg first. The spear is still locked in here, so even if you have a little bit of pressure in the keg yet, it's not going to go flying. You know, the spear is not going to come flying out as soon as you pull the ring off. And as you start pulling the ring out, if there is pressure in here, it will push up on the spear and release that pressure. Once you get to this point, you just want to lift up on this a hair and turn it about 1/4 inch, and it'll line up these two tabs on the spear with two notches. And then all you need to do is just pull it right out of the keg, and you're ready to go to wash your keg. Here I have the spear from the keg. There is a way to actually take this apart to separate this piece from the spear itself to clean it. It's kind of a pain, and I found that there's a lot easier way to do it. The only thing that I'll really remove from here is this O-ring right here. I'll clean underneath the groove down in there, clean off the O-ring, and re-lubricate the O-ring with some food grade grease. What I found works great for this is I went down to Lowe's, and I think for about $6 or $7 I bought one of these little garden sprayers. You can pump them up to pressurize them, and then I have a hose that I'll disconnect the coupler, the beer line coupler hose, screw my hose on, slide the end over here, and then I can actually pressure feed PBW or BLC, which is beer line cleaner, back through the coupler into the keg, which not only cleans the spear, but it cleans the keg coupler as well, and it just works a lot easier. Then I'll pull the spear back out, rinse everything down really well. I'll fill this back up with some hot water, put the spear back in, put the coupler back on, and then go through again with just warm water a couple of times to rinse everything down. And it really saves time of having to pull that spear apart, because that spear can be a real pain in the butt to get apart. Reinstalling the spear is pretty straightforward. Just take your spear, drop it back down in. Just want to line up your tabs with the notches. Now make sure to take that 1/4 inch turn. You want to make sure it's all the way over there and locked in. Now here's one of the more important parts of this. The ring, doesn't matter which way you put it in, there's no up or down, but you just want to make sure that the end of the top section of ring is going to end up right by one of those notches. You don't want to have it in front of it. You want to have it just a little bit past there. So just kind of line that up roughly. Start working from the bottom ring and slide it in under the lip in the keg. Should go in pretty easy until you get to the second wrap. At that point, just grab a pair of pliers and just squeeze until it starts going in under the lip. And just slowly work your way around, squeezing as you go. And it should work in under that lip till you get all the way around, and it'll pop in just like that. Now I usually give it another couple little squeezes just to make sure that it's seated, and that's it. It's just that easy. Nothing like an ice cold homebrew right from the keg. Well, this is Tim from the Kutztown Brew Crew. Till next time, get out there and get brewing. We'll see yous. Come on, boy. Let's go check those hot plants.
Backstroke lover always hiding beneath the covers till he talk to your daddy, he say you ain't seen nothing till you down on a muffin, and you sure to be changing your way. I met a cheerleader, was a real young bleeder, all the times I can reminisce. Cause the best things of loving with her sister and her cousin only started with a little kiss like this. Seesaw swinging with the boys in the school and your feet flying up in the air. Sing your hey diddy diddy with your kitty in the middle and you swing like you didn't care. So I took a big chance at the high school dance with a missy who was ready to play. It wasn't me she was fooling, cause she knew what she was doing when she told me how to walk this way. She told me to walk this way, walk this way, walk this way.